Some challenges are just too important to ignore. Undoubtedly, you know the litany of left-leaning voices in the media far exceeds conservative voices, leading future generations of Canadians to be fed their bias. The Canadian publishing industry remains exposed and directly impacted by this type of action. The bias is evident and based on the volumes of books Canadian publishers choose to publish. Next time you're in your bookstore, just take a survey on your own and look at the titles on display. And if it's non-fiction and it deals with cultural, economic, or political issues and it's from a Canadian author, then there is a tendency, in fact 85% of it, is from a left-wing perspective. Now the issue here is, and it doesn't really matter if someone's left or not, I mean we're a free country, but here's the interesting and dirty little industry secret. Your tax dollars fund that kind of enterprise. Not only do publishers commonly promote left-wing authors, these same publishers are in receipt of government awards and taxpayer-funded grants. And they do this under the guise that they're here to preserve our shared Canadian heritage. Now, despite the government's generosity, publishers' lists these days don't adequately represent the plurality of worldviews that Canadians hold to, especially conservative views that make up this great country. And that's why Freedom Press came into existence back in 2003 to redress this issue. You see, our belief is that democracy remains at its most vital and vibrant when those creative and constructive and generous impulses that are a real heritage are accorded their fullest expression and widest sphere of influence. Our mission is to promote and publish these kinds of Canadian voices, to provide authors, established as well as new authors, with a platform to be heard on Canadian issues by Canadians. Naturally, you're asking, how does a boutique press like Freedom Press tip the scales in our balance to promote messages and books that deal with the kinds of issues that we're concerned with without getting government handouts? Well, that's the challenge. The answer? By partnering up with you, that's how. See, unlike so many publishers who have dipped into the public purse, we believe that partners like you will make Freedom Press the most important and influential press in Canada. In fact, so convinced are we that Freedom Press Canada will be successful and continue to grow that we are committed to refusing government handouts. That's why we invite you to partner up with us in this bold initiative to build a press and a multimedia company that makes a lasting success for the preservation and advancement of conservative ideas and concepts in Canada. We've created a number of partnership levels for you to choose from. Just click on the link. In fact, share that link with your friends, and by partnering with Freedom Press Canada, you're going to help us advance conservatism in Canada. Each level has a number of different valuable gifts that we'll offer you in return for your commitment to building a multimedia company that will be the alternative, or one of the alternatives, one of the many alternatives that we need here in Canada. You can support by check, money order, or credit card, and you can pay right online. But I want you to remember this. Partnering with Freedom Press Canada will help counteract the left-wing bias. Additionally, it will ensure that future generations of Canadians will inherit a legacy of Canadian conservative answers to the many questions that plague our culture. Join our team. Remember, some challenges are just too important to ignore, and we need to leave this legacy for the future. Thank you.